Today I'll be sharing the exact tips and advice that exploded my back and strength gains. I wish I had known all of these things from day one. My results would have blown up a lot sooner. If you're serious about growing a massive back, then I would watch this video right through until the end. My own private coaching clients pay me for this advice. So in saying that, you can either go back to scrolling your life around TikTok or sit down with me for what I guarantee will be the best 8 minutes you'll invest into yourself this week. The first point is warming up and pre-muscle activation. You'll be surprised how many people walk into the gym and go straight into their main exercises without warming up any of the muscles they're training. Most people even skip over pre-workout cardio, which is the difference between having a top-tier workout or feeling like you couldn't get in the zone. If you're one of these people and need a bit of convincing, let me give you a quick example that will change your mind. Let's say you turn on the engine of your car on a cold morning. Your tires and everything that runs the machine will need what? 10, 15 minutes to be properly warm enough until you're able to fully accelerate. Well, our bodies are the same. In order to feel primed and ready to perform at your best, add 2 to 5 minutes of cardio, either on the treadmill or rowing machine or both, as the first thing you do before training your back. Also throw in some pre-muscle activation warm-up sets. This will pretty much wake up your back muscles. Some examples can be a light set on your first exercise, light cable rows, some rotator cuff rotations, free weight shoulder warm-ups, and the list goes on. Your progress will be limited if you skip this. Your attention and focus won't be on the workout. You're gonna feel sluggish and even more prone to injuries, and your back and strength gains will plateau. This was a big mistake I used to make in my first year of training. I rushed into my workouts and wondered why I couldn't progress in my exercises, even though I drank a lot of pre-workout. Now I warm up before my back workouts for at least 10 minutes. The next point is having a mix of hypertrophy and high volume reps in your training. Hypertrophy meaning a rep range between 6 and 12, and high volume meaning a rep range between 12 and 30. Personally, I recommend you stick between 8 and 20 reps. If you're a beginner in the gym that's been training for less than 1 year, stay above 10 reps and instead focus on learning the form and technique of each exercise. Any reps below 8, in my opinion, should be reserved for intermediate lifters and above. The risk to reward just isn't worth it. You'll see more progress in your back and strength gains if you focus on controlling the weight instead of the weight controlling you. The majority of my back progress came when I was doing 8 to 12 reps for compound exercises, like the plate loaded T-bar rows, and when I was doing 12 to 20 reps for my isolation exercises, like the single arm cable lat pull down. Definitely throw in some drop sets as well once you reach technical failure. I always throw in a double or triple drop set at the end of my last working sets. To summarize my point, if you want to grow a massive back, stay away from rep ranges lower than 8 or higher than 20, unless of course you're an intermediate lifter, or throwing in some drop sets. Compound exercises equal lower reps, isolation exercises equal higher reps, and the goal is always to maintain full control of your exercises. The next point is doing the exercises that work for you. This one took a long time for me to learn, and it wasn't until my 3rd year of training where this started to make more and more sense. But basically, our bodies are all uniquely different, so a back exercise that may work for me sometimes doesn't work for one of my clients. It may feel uncomfortable, their technique and form still needs a lot of work, their foundation of knowledge and training is still progressing, or maybe they just don't like the exercise. And all of these reasons are valid. Don't feel pressured to do an exercise that feels forced to you at that given time in your training journey. So, where am I going with this? In my opinion, the fitness industry has gotten to a point where all these social media fitness influencers are trying to sell you on this new revolutionary exercise that they apparently invented that's better than every single exercise that has come before them. It's all BS. Here is all you need to know. Do exercises that work for you at your current training and fitness level. For example, the T-bar row, in my opinion, is the top 3 exercises for your back, where you'll see the best results in both strength and in gains. However, for the majority of people, this is too difficult, challenging, or uncomfortable to perform in the first year or 2 of training. As a result, they don't progress because their form and technique sucks. So therefore, they would be better off doing a plate-loaded high row or a variation of a cable row. For absolute beginners, a machine row will be just as beneficial for them, if not progress them more, than this T-bar row could, since they can actually perform the exercise correctly. I hope that made sense to you. But to summarize my point, yes, you can follow a general list of good exercises to do on your back day, like the ones I've already spoken about and shown to you. But if you're unable to correctly perform an exercise, or you can't get in a full set without failure, then change the exercise to something you're currently capable of doing. An example of an exercise I don't like doing is the cable lat pull down. I know, surprise. I personally prefer and recommend the machine or plate loaded lat pull down, like the one you're seeing on screen now, since it's basically the same thing but much easier to set up and feels more comfortable on my wrists and elbows. So ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that you take on board at least one thing from today's video and use it in your own training. If you liked the style of the video, then comment below and I'll make more coaching videos like this one. Finally, if you need one-on-one coaching, you can find the links to my website in the description below. While you're there, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up and slap the subscribe button for a yearly supply of gains. For more videos like this one, you can find them right here.